When has this ever happened in pro sports?
What
where guys have just stepped away for personal reasons, and it's been so accepted and so empathized with.
I remember Barry stepped away in spring training when his son Nikolai had the Barry Sanders jersey on.
But what other team do you remember this happening and twice?
Right, I don't remember.
I mean, so
I don't recall anything like this happening. I don't. I mean, it's what makes the Warriors first class, right? It makes their organization great because they do allow players to step away for personal reasons, and they put family first over basketball. So I respect the hell out of the Warriors for, granting this privacy to Andrew Wiggins and say, hey, look, man, you go do what you got to do. When you're right, come back. We'll be here for you. I commend the Warriors for that, no doubt. But I don't know when it's happened. FP, I don't. Maybe Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons.
He stepped away, right? Because he was having anxiety or something?
He was having mental issues, anxiety, and he hasn't played much since the Philadelphia days.
I will say this, and I'm trying not to be insensitive here. If this, we talked about venues and our favorite places, and there's a lot of East Coast in there. If this was a Philadelphia, New York radio station, they'd be crushing Wiggins right now.
There's no doubt.
They'd be crushing him. Like, they would. That's just how it's different back there. So I understand you have to be sensitive. Whatever he's going through, I wouldn't wish that on anyone, because, reiterating, if it's that big that you step away from your team at the biggest moment of the year when you have the most momentum and you're trying to achieve things and you're going for number 5 and you think in that locker room, trust me, based on what Draymond said, they're all thinking about that. Right. They're all thinking number 5. Let's go.
Right.
We're 11 of 14. We're playing well. We're on the road trip. We win our first game. Going to the Garden tonight. And then all of a sudden somebody's not there. Like that's This is just weird.
It's very strange. It's very strange here, and it puts the team in a tough situation here. Guys got to step up and show up, but it's a great opportunity for Moses Moody. It's a great opportunity for Klay Thompson, who's embraced his bench role, which Steve Kerr touched on.
I think he's handled it really well. He seems more comfortable, more relaxed playing this last week. He had a tough shooting night last week against somebody. Maybe it was the Lakers. I can't remember, but he played great. And the fact that he was competitive and moving the ball and making sharp plays on a night when he was shooting poorly, that was the ultimate display of just a comfort level that he's in right now. And so he's really embraced it and playing at a high level, and it's fun to see.
So Klay Thompson has turned it around, which is a positive sign for the Golden State Warriors.
There's so much positive going on with this team right now.
5 games off the bench, 20 points a game, 45% from the 3-point line, 48% from the floor. But again, as soon as that Steve Kerr interview was done, I got multiple texts. Vontae, man, you're the Warriors pre- and post-game host. Andrew Wiggins? I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's a personal matter. I don't know.
One foot on the gas, one on the brake.
The timing wasn't great last year. He was starting to play good basketball last year when he stepped away. And he stepped away for 2 months. And then just from a basketball, I'm going to speak from a basketball standpoint because I don't know what goes on in that locker room. But your perspective as a former big league player, I think, is warranted here. I want to hear from you, FP, about that, as you just did. Spoke about it. But from a basketball standpoint, I'm just thinking when he does come back, how many games does it take him to get back into rhythm? Does Moody all of a sudden go from starting to getting DNPs again? Because I remember last year when he did come back for the playoffs, all of a sudden, Jonathan Kuminga is nowhere to be found when he was starting to play 20 minutes a game without Andrew Wiggins. And Kuminga was ascending. We all forget that. When Wiggins was out, Kuminga was starting to play well. We're like, oh, you got a player here. Wiggins comes back. Kuminga doesn't play much in the postseason. And then he's pressing. I don't, just from a basketball standpoint, it's just like, man, you're just getting close to being healthy. Chris Paul's back. You got 2 sick lineups here, the bench lineup, the starting lineup. You're starting to roll. You won 11 of 14. You're playing the best basketball of your career. So from a basketball standpoint, gosh, it's just horrible timing because the guy was playing good hoops.
He was. It didn't take Chris Paul but a minute to come back after missing 21 days or 21 games, whatever he missed. I keep getting that mixed up. But yeah, I don't know. Go Moses Moody is all I'm saying. Let's go. Like I'm all of a sudden I'm a huge fan of Moses Moody. Let's go. This is your time to shine. Like go off. Just play hard. Help your team win. Have the Klay attitude. Whatever it takes to win a game. The Knicks are banged up. We'll see what happens tonight.
Now, I understand that some fans want an explanation. They want to know everything.
Jalen Brunson's got a sore neck.
Right.
Hopefully still.
He is questionable. Warriors are 4.5-point favorites. Royce White from the Rockets. I remember Royce White. Where's he from? Iowa State? Iowa State. He had anxiety, didn't want to fly. That basically derailed his NBA career. Just couldn't fly.
Dude, there's some white knucklers on the Giants right now.
Really?
Well, yeah. There's some guys that's common. That's way more common than you think.
Players just don't want to fly. They'd rather take a team bus or something. Or
there was a saying on the Yankees charter that I heard over the years that Jeter's on the plane, we won't crash.
Wow.
There's no way we're crashing. Jeter's on the plane.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But like you think about it, like as a player a lot because your odds are a lot greater because you're flying. So you travel 100,000 miles a year. You're always on a plane.
You're always on a plane.
And I got some scary stories. But like,
Boy.
Statistically speaking, isn't it still the safest mode of transportation?
Yeah.
Shout out Superman.
Yeah. Statistically speaking, too, you don't survive. You don't survive that crash.
Yeah. That's knock on wood.
Yeah. If it happens, it ain't a fender bender, bro.
Yeah, no, it's not. You're not.
You ain't calling your insurance company to fix a dent.
No, it's good night, Irene. I was watching this video on private planes because we talk a lot about private planes and the PJ life and all that stuff, and I know you have experience with that.
About this.
Yeah, but they were saying flying private is actually a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
It
is. I don't know why. Why is it?
I don't know. I've never been on a private plane. You tell me.
I don't know. Maybe the pilot's just going, what's this button do?
Right. Oh, are the buttons different?
What's this button do? maybe
it's different training practice.
Maybe going to private pilot school, they just hand out degrees like truck driving school. Not that there's anything wrong with driving a truck.
Here's the thing about the Wiggins situation that was very irresponsible about a lot of people. There were so many rumors. And 860, you're so spot on. Comcast Business Text Line. There's no problem with stepping away. I think the thing that makes fans mad is no information on why they are out. It creates rumors, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
And that is dangerous because the rumors that was getting spread about Andrew Wiggins last season was absolutely nasty and irresponsible. And you had media members out there speculating and spreading rumors. And it just became just nasty, just downright nasty.
But Bonte, if this is a thing, though, and it's going to constantly happen,
right?
For what the reasons are probably justified.
Right.
But if it's a thing from a player standpoint, if this becomes a consistent thing, right?
But you know what the rumors?
I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah, no, but you know what?
No, the rumors.
The rumors. It was what I was speaking to. Is like just people were just making up things and saying this and saying that, and it's just like, all right, I'm not going to speculate.
We live in a TMZ society, dude.
We do.
And
which
people want reasons.
Hey,
people want to blame somebody.
And kudos to Wiggins, because in the TMZ era, he was able to keep everything private. Nothing got out. Kudos to him and the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Nothing got out. Let's go to Anthony and Hayward.
They tightened it up since the tape got out.
They tightened it up. Let's go to Anthony real quick. Anthony and Hayward, what's happening?
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, shout out to Andrew Wiggins. I know he's going through a lot. It's personal. We don't need to know what the details and everything, but I'm more on FP's side. His teammates are counting on him. This is the second go-around. I know it's sports and all, but it is his job. It is his primary income, just like our regular jobs. Like, hey, I'm driving through the Altamont right now to go to work. I got a lot of personal stuff. My mom's going to surgery next week, but I got to be to work. So my coworkers are counting on me. So I don't know. It's mixed. But shout out to Andrew Wiggins, whatever he's going through. Hopefully it goes good. But at the end of the day, I'm rooting for Moses Moody to ball out.
Yeah, let's go.
Get that starting role. Yeah, let's go.
It's a great opportunity for Moses Moody. A great opportunity for him. Again, we don't know how long Wiggins is going to be out, but I will be.
But even just saying that,
right?
Yeah, we don't know how long he's going to be out. They don't know how long he's going to be out. It's go time right now.
It is go time. 25 games left. 25 games left.
I'm not saying that what he's going through isn't important. I'm not being insensitive to that, but it's go time. So whoever's there, Moses Moody, go get him. And I hear what that guy's saying, dude. Like we all have stuff. If you went around a big league locker room with 26 guys and they were just, hey, we're going to be honest and open today.
Right.
We're We're going to share what's going on in our person. You would be shocked at some of the things you heard. Shocked.
I bet. Shocked.
If you did this in this office building today and you went around the room and you say, we're all going to share our stories. You'd be like, whoa. That whole thing is like, be nice to everybody. You don't know what they're going through. You're in a coffee shop. Have you ever seen those memes where it's like, they got the thing over their head, like, I just got divorced. My dog died today. You just don't know what people are going through. Everyone's going through stuff.
And as you was just speaking there, I was just thinking through my head, that last call right there was talking about work and going to my job and I have to work. I do want to be careful here. What these professional athletes do are completely different than what we do on a regular basis.
It is, Bonte, but it isn't.
It is and it isn't. And I understand why people say, well, I can't take PTO. I have to do this and I have to do that. No, I understand. But we do take PTO. We do take time off.
Yeah, but the thing I hate the most, Bonte, is like he's making this much. He should.
Right.
No,
I'm not buying that.
Nothing to do with
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that.
My thing is that these guys are human beings too.
Right. That's what I'm. But it is different. It is different. You know what I'm saying? They are human, just like us. We take our PTO, just like them. We just haven't seen it much in professional sports. We haven't seen it much. But I wonder how many players have wanted to take like, I'd rather have a player, if there's something personal happening and a player's struggling, I'd rather that player step away. Hey, go handle what you got to do. Come back to the team when you're ready to play, when you're mentally ready to play. That's okay. You want to take some, and I bet you players in the past have been so scared about that because of the society we're in. Times have changed. We're a little more sensitive to everything. We're outgoing about mental health. I bet you players that you played with in the past, FP was like, damn, I'm struggling. I can't get away. I need to get away. And they couldn't because jobs were on the line. People were so quick to say, oh, you're soft, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Think about when we talked about mental health, say, 20 years ago.
Right.
We're considered soft.
But, Bonte, my ex-wife had to talk me into getting in the car to go to Dodger Stadium 4 or 5 times that year. I didn't want to go to the ballpark. I hated it so much. I didn't like it. They were treating me like I was a piece of meat. I didn't love the whole setting there. And she's like, you worked your whole life to be a big league athlete, big major league player, get in the car, it'll be okay. So I'm a big mental health guy. I suffer from anxiety myself. Right. I deal with it every day.
Think about how we were called soft if you went to therapy. Yeah. Now it's acceptable.
You were just nervous back then.
Right.
But like, I'm all about mental health and that's the most important thing. I'm just saying right now, from a player standpoint, sprint to the finish line.
Yeah.
You just wish he was there for you. And the fact that you don't know when he's going to be there for you or you don't know when he's coming back and just to not know if I can rely on that.
Listen.
That's hard.
I'm 100% with you when it comes to the basketball stuff. 25 games left. You have momentum. You won 11 of 14. Chris Paul just came back. Klay Thompson's embraced his bench role. Let's go, baby. You got Draymond Green chirping saying, hey, we are legit contenders. We don't fear nobody in the Western Conference. And you know what? You shouldn't fear anybody in the Western Conference. Let's go. And so the timing of it, I understand completely. From a basketball standpoint, it's like, damn. And I'm just looking at the 3 games coming up on the road trip. Tonight, tomorrow, we saw Toronto come to Chase Center earlier this season and kick the Warriors' ass. They won by 30. They were long, athletic, big. You need a guy like Wiggins in that game. Then you go to TD Garden on Sunday against Boston, and who's their 2 best players? 2 guys Wiggins would be defending on the perimeter, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Damn, it's going to suck if he doesn't play in that game. From a basketball standpoint, hell yeah, I'm a little ticked. But I understand that, hey, this guy's going through something. And if he is, we just got to respect it and deal with it. It is what it is. It is what it is. What are we going to do? Kick and scream and yell and say, get this guy, cut the guy off the team?
These guys have been through so much this year.
So much.
With not knowing if Draymond's going to be there indefinitely.
Decky passes away.
Draymond's been suspended like 46 times this year.
Chris Paul's hurt. GP2's hurt.
You just get him back.
Wiggins was in and out of the starting lineup. Kamiga's, hey, get me out of here. Steve Kerr lost my trust. They had to talk it over. He gets a haircut. All of a sudden, he's playing back. It's just so much going on with this team.
Dude.
So much going on.
It's like Real Housewives of Golden State.
Man, let's go to Jordan and San Leandro. Jordan, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, good morning, guys. Long-time listener, first-time caller. So I'm on the road right now. You guys are doing an excellent job. But real quick,
I just wanted to make it less about Wiggins. I feel like the Warriors have maximized what Wiggins was going on as a player. But it's Moses Moody time, I think, in my opinion. So I just want to see him grow. But I would like the conversation to be less about Wiggs and more about Moody. I think this is his time right here. But
I respect
I just wanted
that.
to keep it short. Thank you guys again, man.
I respect that.
Bonte, what's your thoughts on Moody? Like, what do you think about him as a player? Like, we had Coach on yesterday, and he was talking about he shows his youth sometimes and his inexperience.
Right.
But like from what I see, I'm excited for him. What I saw the other night in Washington, I'm excited for him. What are your thoughts on Moody and his lack of playing time or not being in the rotation? Now he's starting. He played so well the other night.
I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it. Before he got hurt, he had back-to-back games of season highs, 21 points, play solid defense. He knows where to be, right spot. Is he the most athletic swingman, small forward? No, he's not. But he seems to know where to be. He seems to be in the right spots. And next thing you know, he gets hurt, he comes back and he doesn't play. And I like Lester Quinones, but all of a sudden he trumps and leapfrogs Moses Moody in the rotation. So I want to know who Moses Moody is. He's played some big games for the Warriors. When they won the championship, he was pivotal in that Game 2 against the Dallas Mavericks. Pivotal Game 5 against the Mavericks. Had moments last year in the playoffs. And then you just think about, here's Moses Moody's career in a nutshell with the Golden State Warriors. Sacramento earlier this year, Warriors are up 22. They blow the lead. Moody plays in the fourth quarter, hits 4 threes. Boom, 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 boom. Back and forth. All net. You're like, wow, look at Moses Moody. 4 threes in the fourth quarter. And then he gets benched in the last 4 minutes and a half. Because of the field, and Steve Kerr was like, hey, I regret not playing Moody and sticking with him. That's his Warriors career in a nutshell. Get a little tease here and there of what he can do, and then boom, he's on the bench.
He seems like a fan favorite.
He is, because he stays ready, low maintenance, no ego. Look at him hit the 3. When he dropped Landry Shamet on the 3 the other night, he just ran back down the floor like nothing happened. Hey, just another day at the court, on the courts.
Do you know how hard it is from like a adrenaline mental standpoint to be like, have your coach one day say you're not in the rotation, but that could change, and the next day you're just in the starting lineup.
You're in the starting lineup.
And you're just like, I got to control my pulse. I got to control my pulse. I'm starting tonight. I was not even playing.
I'm not. Look,
I'm on the end of the bench and then I'm starting, and then to be able to control your emotions and your pulse. And to do what he did in that game, to me, like that's why I like him all of a sudden more than I did before.
Well, just think about some of the classic games the Warriors have had over the last 3 years. He had a memorable game. One game, Curry doesn't even get a shot off in the fourth quarter against Dallas. Well, you know what? Moses Moody hit like 5 or 6 threes in that game, if I'm not mistaken. Especially in the fourth quarter. He was just on fire. On fire. Some of the games the veterans didn't play. Classic game in San Antonio. Moody's diving all over the floor. All over the floor. Picking up loose balls, hustling, rebounds, all that stuff. The kid deserves a shot to get some run. And now what do? If he starts playing well from a basketball standpoint, I just tell Steve Kerr, stick with it. You know what, Wiggins, you're going to have to get back in the rotation to earn that spot again. You know, it is what it is from a basketball standpoint. Because we don't have time to wait for guys to get their rhythm. Like, I saw him work Chris Paul in. Okay, cool. Chris Paul's ready to roll. He's playing well. We're right with him. But Wiggins is a rhythm guy. He is. He's a rhythm and flow guy. He's got to get that rhythm. So, Moses Moody's got the short head of the stick. And fans do love him because they understand how professional he's been. Fans love a professional, FP, a guy who doesn't complain, who doesn't sulk. I'm sure he's not happy with coming off the bench. But the fact that he was ready to roll against Washington says a lot about Moses Moody and his professionalism.
Yeah, I like that. I'm just thinking something while you're talking.
What's that?
And I kind of mentioned it already, that everybody is just like respect Andrew Wiggins, and we are, because you don't know what's going on in his personal life. But then there's a guy like Anthony Rendon that came out and said that his faith and his family are more important than baseball, and it's just a job for him. And I think the one thing I go back to is I've been in a lot of clubhouses with a lot of guys, and one of the beautiful thing about that is it's a wide spectrum of beliefs. Some guys eat, drink, and sleep it. Some guys, they check in with a briefcase, it's their job. They're just so good at it. They're so talented at it that they just get paid a lot of money to do it, and that's their job.
Right.
So while everyone's being respectful for obvious reasons of why Andrew Wiggins stepped away, there's a guy like Anthony Rendon that's getting paid probably a little bit more.
Yep.
And then he comes out and says that baseball's not his number one priority, and everybody crushes him. And everybody's dragging him all over, and he's like the most hated guy in the history of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim right now. Because he was honest, and he said what he believes. I know he's played like 40 games, 40 games,
he hasn't
40
played
games.
well.
He hasn't played.
Right.
So he stepped away from baseball, but it's because of injuries.
Right.
And he said there's more important things in his life than baseball. Obviously, there's more important things in life for all of us than our job. But Andrew Wiggins steps away, and everybody's okay. We'll respect that. But Anthony Rendon says that, and he gets dragged. Is that a bad comparison? It could be. As I'm saying that on the air, I think it might be bad.
Well, I think the optics
I'm just trying to wrap my head around both of them.
I hear you. I can see how some fans will be mad because they see what happened to Oakland last year. You know, him stepping up to a fan.
That's out of his character. I don't know what's going on with that, dude.
And they see the production. You know, the reason I think so many people are invested in Andrew Wiggins is because we know this guy is a very important player on his basketball team.
He just started playing like the old Andrew Wiggins.
Dude, he's been hooping.
Aggressive, confident.
Again, last 16 games, he's shooting 54% from the floor, 46 from three, and playing some excellent defense. Excellent defense. He's a great player. That's why fans are like, he was outside of Stephen Curry, he was the most important player during that championship run.
And he's a likable dude.
Likable. I love Andrew Wiggins. Chill, low key, low maintenance, smiles. I mean, wow. I don't know, man. This stinks, man. I hope he's all right, man, because to have to step away from the team again, you know, it's serious. Let's go to Horace in Texas real quick. We got Horace, and then we'll get to Willie, and then we'll break and get to Anthony Slater at the top of the hour.